What if I told you that your mind has been lying to you this entire time? But the reason why you feel stuck or doubtful or afraid isn't because you're incapable, but because your mind is actually wired to keep you trapped in your past, in this reality. The truth is, just because something has not happened yet does not mean that it will never happen for you. Hi, my name is Eva, and I'm going to be sharing more insights into this particular thing and why your mind has been lying to you and been keeping you trapped in the past. And if you want tips and tricks on how to actually get yourself out of this hellish reality you've created for yourself, this is the video for you. I'm an intuitive healer. I work with two modalities. One which is based on working with the Akashic record, and it's called soul alignment. And the second one is called quantum flow, which is all about rewiring your nervous system and helping you release deep-state trauma that most of you don't even know is actually stuck within your body, within your nervous system. And I'm going to be sharing more on how these two modalities can actually be a game changer for you in my new program that I just launched this year called Spiritual Mastery Program. But I'm going to be sharing more on this at the end of this video. So make sure you tune in until the end to get an idea of how these two modalities can be a game changer for you in 2025. I love starting my videos by sharing my lesson for the week. And my lesson for the week was the fact that most of us are actually unable to trust in our ability or even surrender. You've heard of the term trust and surrender when it comes to your manifestation. That you probably the reason why you're unable to trust the divine to actually guide you and support you in whatever you're trying to create is because we've largely been made to feel unsafe in our creations. What do I mean by this? That if you went through a particular difficult path where maybe you voiced out your desires or your needs to your loved ones, your parents, your caregivers, maybe someone you're in love with, and then that was actually ridiculed, or someone constantly told you no, or someone just told you like you're being ridiculous. We've all probably had those kind of circumstances shape our experience. And because of that, because someone broke that belief and that trust that we had that this will actually be possible for us, most of us have in time, because we want to protect ourselves from pain, feeling the shame and the guilt or whatever it is that we suffered in that moment of rejection. Because of that, we're constantly wanting to keep ourselves safe. And this actually affects our relationship with the divine because we're unable to trust that it is actually possible for our needs and our desires and our manifestations to actually be met by the divine, by divine help. Because all through our life, we've gone through experiences that have shown us that our belief on what is actually possible for us is actually just, impossible. And this really hit me hard because it helped me realize why certain times it's really hard to let go of control. Because there's certain things that are literally beyond your control. I've spoken about this in my channel, the fact that the only reality you actually have control over is your own. You don't have control over another person and how they react or how they respond. You cannot force something into existence that is actually beyond your control. You only have control over your will. And sometimes some circumstances are beyond us. You can determine when on earth you're gonna meet the love of your life. You can't control that, no matter how much you try to manifest and all the things that you try to create. Some things, the only thing you can do is actually do your best to try and match that reality. But most of the time, we have to co-create with the universe by surrendering those things that are beyond our control to the universe and letting divine synchronicity manifest those things into our lives. And this is what I'm talking about with trust and surrender. And the reason why we're not able to trust that God or source or universe is able to do that for us is because we've had evidence of in our past that has proven otherwise for us. So we're always approaching our relationship to God with that fear that if I am even hopeful, even if I dare voice my needs to the universe, I might actually be met with ridicule or I'm going to be rejected. So let me just keep myself safe and try to control what I can and hold on and all of that because I cannot trust that there's a powerful, when I say powerful force beyond me that can actually manifest miracles into my life. So it really hit me hard. And I want you to just sit down and reflect on this and what that actually means for you and share your thoughts in the comments. And as always, whatever lesson, however you've grown in the last week, please share it down below in the comments because Again, you never know what word or what sentence you can actually speak that can heavily impact someone else's life. And yeah, you never know what you don't know. So do share your thoughts because I believe we have a lot to learn from each other's perspectives, each other's unique ways of seeing the world. So whatever lesson you've learned in this week, please also share that in the comments. So let's go to today's lesson or today's video or insights I'm going to be sharing on the fact that the ego is actually not designed to create anything in your future. It's only designed to create from your past. The ego is not designed in a way that it can perceive a possibility of a future. So what it does is that it tries to create a future for you based on evidence of things that have happened in the past. And what usually happens is that maybe you've gone through certain painful experiences in the past that have made you now, again, mistrust the universe, mistrust the people around you. Because your ego has memory of that, the moment you deem or want to step out of that cycle of pain and suffering, what does the ego do? It will attack you with everything it's got by reminding you that how dare you even dare dream or wish of something else? Do you not see what we went through in the past? And it does that not just because it hates you or just wants to, always suffer, but because literally it's trying to protect you because it knows the pain and the suffering you endured in the past and it doesn't want you to experience the same again. So what does it do? It will give you all this evidence as to why you should not try and go beyond, your tiny little bubble, safe bubble that you kept for yourself. And the safe bubble, yes, it will look like a lot of pain and suffering. And that is actually a comfort zone for a lot of us. Okay. So your ego mind will always attack you with memories of this, of things that have happened in the past. It will judge you, it will shame you, it will guilt you. So much so that to the point that most people get stuck in this shame and guilt. They don't even dare to venture out. They don't even dare to desire something bigger than what they already have. Because any moment they even have the intention to create something that seems impossible for them in that moment, the mind just steps in and tells them, yeah, right, this is never going to happen to you. And I want you to share down below, have you actually gone through that kind of experience in your life? Because I believe that a lot of us are actually suffering from this. And I'm going to be sharing insights on what I'm actually doing to tap out of this hellish reality that we create for ourselves, whether knowingly or unknowingly. So again, it's just the realization that your mind will always. So the first step is having the awareness that your mind does not have the ability to perceive a future. It's always creating a future for you based on what has happened in the past. So anytime your mind gets in and tells you, yeah, right, how dare you believe that you can have true love? How dare you believe that you can make this amount of money? How dare you believe that it is possible for you to actually have a healthy body? Remember, it's only doing that because everything in your past has proven otherwise, right? So having that awareness that, oh, you're only able to see what has happened in the past. You don't know about the future. And this is where your power lies, by having that conscious awareness that your mind doesn't know everything. So the minute you just have that thought in your mind, and it's actually training yourself and training your mind to stop believing in your limitations and start believing in your limitless possibilities. Okay. So you have to do it constantly and discipline yourself to train your mind to stop tapping into and creating your reality or your future reality based on what has happened in the past. So the minute you have that thought, it's to stop and just be aware. Notice it and be like, why do I believe this to be true? So finding the root cause can actually be a powerful way to actually tap out of that. Because maybe the reason why you don't believe true love is possible for you because maybe you've met people in the past that have really, really hurt you in the worst way possible. Okay, fine. But that doesn't mean that love is not possible for you. And in that moment, you're having that idea like, I'll never find love. You tell yourself, actually, you know what? It is totally possible for me to find the love of my life. If it's possible for other people, why not me? What makes them more special than me? And the reality is nothing. If it's possible for other people to find true love, so it's also possible for you. So just interrupting that with the idea of it's actually possible for me to find love. Okay. Finding the root cause of that. Okay. So you found the root cause. How do you then start now rewiring your mind out of this? So one thing is that don't judge or shame or guilt yourself for having these thoughts. Because what you might find yourself doing is that you're gonna feel guilty so much that I'm having these thoughts. Why am I having these thoughts right now? Yes, I'm working so hard to tap out of this belief system and all of that, but they still keep on recurring. Now, why this might actually be another trap by your ego mind is that, again, it's stuck on patterns of shame and guilt. So never judge or shame or guilt yourself for having these thoughts. It's just to say, you know what, right now, I kind of feel like, love is not possible. So we're accepting that's how I feel right now, even if it's false. Number two, thank this belief system because remember, it's not here to attack you. Essentially, it's your mind trying to protect you. Your mind is not attacking you, it's trying to keep you safe. And this is the best way it knows how. So you thank it, you thank the thought, you thank the belief pattern for being there because it has actually kept you safe in the past. It's kept you safe from falling into the wrong partnerships, right? By making yourself, protect yourself from maybe people who will have even caused you more harm. So you held yourself back because of this belief system, because you're trying to keep yourself safe so that you don't get hurt again. So you thank your mind for keeping you safe. Remember, whatever you resist will always persist. So if you go there attack mode, like I'm gonna show you and all of that, guess what? It's gonna keep on coming back again and again and again. If you go with it with feeling shame and guilt and all of this negative vibrational emotions, it's gonna keep on persisting. So the best way to shift out of this is just to show it love and acceptance and non-judgment. And most importantly, forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself for the pain you experienced in the past. Forgive yourself for even still believing that reality is still possible for you. Just forgive yourself. Show yourself love and compassion always. Remember, any judgment that ever comes from, that ever actually materializes in your mind, guess what? That's not from your soul. That's always from your egoic mind, which most of the time, honestly, it's supposed to be your assistant. It's not supposed to be running the show for you. So only the majority of humans are stuck in that egoic mind, and that's why we see all this chaos all around us. Because if we let our spirit, our higher self, guide our way, guide our path, we will not be seeing all this hatred and all this judgment and all these things that we're seeing in the world right now. So always recognize that when I'm in judgment, that's my egoic mind, maybe trying to protect me, maybe trying to push me back to that comfort zone, that painful cycle of pain that I'm so used to. No. So you just thank you. Thank you for keeping me safe. I no longer need you. Okay. So I no longer need you. Now, the next step after this is what new belief system can I tap into to get myself out of this? Because remember, your reality is actually shaped by your belief system. So if you believe something to be true, you'll always see evidence of that all around you. So if you believe that true love will never be possible for you, guess what? You're only going to be attracting circumstances and people who actually match that belief system. Because the mind will always prove you right regardless. In the universe, the more you keep on telling you, like, love is not possible for me, the universe will say, yes, love is not possible for you. And it will show you evidence as to why love is actually not possible for you. But the minute you're like, okay, I no longer need this belief system. Yes, it's kept me safe in the past, but I no longer need it. So, what new belief system can I tap into right now? It's only possible for me to find the love of my life. It's only possible for me to find someone who treats me like a king or a queen or whatever it is. It's only possible and start having that belief system running in the back of your mind. I'm just giving you an example of a belief system you can tap into. So it's for you to sit down and see what empowering new belief can support that reality that you want to manifest. Even if right now you believe it's an impossibility. So remember, we're not tapping into the impossible things. Another reminder, just because it hasn't happened in the past does not mean it is impossible in your future. You're always creating your future from the now moment, not from what has happened in the past. But most people get stuck in what has happened in the past, but they keep on creating the same patterns again and again because that is what happened there. It doesn't have to happen, and you can actually stop the cycle right now and create the future you want from now. So, right now, in this very moment, what kind of reality do I want to believe is possible for me? And that's where you put your entire focus. Okay. The next thing apart from this, now, another step you can also tap into that sometimes we lack the strength to get ourselves out of this pattern. So in this moment, you can actually ask for divine guidance to help you tap out of that. Pray to God, pray to source, pray to your angels, pray to your ancestors, whoever it is that you believe in, pray to your higher self even to help you release these patterns. Because you actually don't have to suffer through this pain. Most of us have this belief system that to get ourselves out of this painful whatever, we have to try so hard and justify, us manifesting that desired reality for ourselves. But that, remember, that is also a negative based belief system. In reality, your outside reality can literally shift like that. It's only that we don't believe it's possible for us. So we create all these scenarios of it's gonna take this long, I'm gonna have to justify and whatever why I need this kind of love. And then we keep ourselves in that pattern longer than we have to be. So sometimes it's okay calling your higher self, calling your higher guidance to, you know what, I need your help with tapping out of this negative based belief system and see what actually materializes from that. Because trust me, your higher guidance is always willing to step in, but it will never step in as long as you don't ask for help. They can never interfere with your free will. So you have to be the one to say, you know what, I actually do need help. And then see what materializes after that. And the next step after that is take new action. The reason why a lot of these healing modalities do not actually work, and trust me, it took me a long time to figure this out. It's because a lot of it is actually focused on working on your mind, working on your energy, and all of that. And rarely do they tell you that you have to ground whatever it is that you're tapping into through action, because you are actually living in a physical reality. The physical reality we live in actually demands that we take action to create anything new. So, yes, you can sit down and visualize and create this amazing realities, your mind, shift your energy, vibration, and all of that, and, maintain this high vibration. But if you're not grounding that through taking new action that actually matches that reality, oh, first of all, it's going to take you longer. Yes, you might eventually materialize. I don't know how long that will take you, but the easiest way to actually shift your reality is by taking new action. So, whatever desired manifested reality you want to create, see what new action you can take right now to embody that reality. Yes, maybe you won't manifest that reality quickly, but if you commit to take that action over and over and over and over and over again, guess what? You're going to wake up sometimes even weeks or days from now, and you're like, holy crap, I already have the love of my life. And I honestly thought it was impossible. But all of that has to always be in alignment. Every action you take always has to be in alignment with what you're desiring to manifest and also with your soul's will. So those have to go hand in hand. This is what I was telling you, tap into your higher guidance. Because some people, yes, you're going to take action. You're going to take action that is actually misaligned to your soul's path. And what does that do? It only creates more of what you don't want. But the minute you call in your higher self, your higher guidance to guide your path, and then get this divine inspiration of, oh, okay, so the best way for me to manifest maybe this reality is, I'm gonna go and maybe say yes to a certain blind date that a friend of mine told me to, go to. And maybe initially my great mind was like, you'll never find love through blind dates and all of that. But your higher self steps in and say yes to that. So once you get that divine inspiration, go take that action then. And then, and this is really important, watch for what manifests after. Because most of the time you actually get evidence of whether we are on the right path or not by the results we actually create immediately after we take new action. So if after a couple of days or whatever time it takes for you, you notice that the new action you're taking is actually creating something good for you, creating good outcomes, then keep doing that. That's a sign that you are heading down the right path. But if you take an action, so sometimes you might confuse your egoic insight to your spiritual insight, especially if you haven't built a mastery into tapping into your intuition. So anytime you might take an action, maybe you took an action that's misaligned, watch for what results come out of that. Because if it creates more of what you want, then that was the right choice for you to make. If it creates more of what you don't want, then that was probably a misaligned action. So see how you can actually course correct in that moment. By course correction means like take a new action or try and shift something little that might actually help you create that result you want. And literally, this it's a very simple formula, but a lot of people just tend to want to make it complicated. And it actually doesn't have to be. This is one of the lessons I'm actually learning right now, that it doesn't have to be so complicated. We only complicate it because our mind has been convinced by evidence of all our past of how we had to suffer. Not sometimes it's not even our past, it's probably evidence from what we see around society. The thing that actually amazes me now in the example of love is when you even right now, the kind of TV shows, the kind of movies we watch, there's always so much suffering when it comes to finding that love that you desire. Like it honestly, it blows my mind. I never used to see this pattern before, but I see it right now. And we glorify that so much. Now people have to so much to finally manifest the love of their life. They had to go through those breakups and people trying to interfere with their relationship and then someone moving to a different city. Like it's so complicated. And sadly, most you might actually associate true love with that kind of drama. So much so that when you actually meet the real thing, you're not able to identify it because you've been conditioned to believe that you have to suffer. You have to prove and justify why you have that love to the world. You don't. You don't have to suffer to actually get what it is that you desire. This is actually, again, a negative based belief system. Why would you want to go through that much pain and that much suffering to get to enjoy love? Why not just enjoy it and let that be without all the drama? Like, seriously, it blows my mind, honestly. And yeah, do share your thoughts down below. What do you think about these TV shows which glorify this kind of love? I mean, honestly, and if you actually know any kind of movie and TV show that just celebrates love for what it is. Like there's not so much complication, it's just love. That's it. Yes, you're gonna go through challenges, but it's just love. There's no so many, you don't jump in through hoops to justify why you need to be with each other. I love to actually watch a TV show like that because I think that would be a welcome, you know. Anyways, that was me digressing. But let me know your thoughts down below on what you think about this and how you can actually start implementing these steps. And if you do, I want to know what kind of new results you start creating for yourself. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. Do subscribe to the channel and also click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any time I share out any kind of content. I share out weekly content with this kind of insights. And I also promise that I will share at the end of this video how my new program called the Spiritual Mastery Program can actually be a game changer for you in 2025. So this program is actually based on the two modalities, soul realignment and quantum flow. I'm going to be working with you one-on-one for the next 6 weeks. The first week, we're going to be diving deep into who you are, your soul identity, helping you identify your gifts, helping you identify your blocks, anything that's been blocking you, the patterns, the cycles, all of that, what has actually been creating these cycles of pain and suffering in your life, and helping you actually energetically heal and release from all of this, and actually guiding you on what new actions you can actually take that are more aligned with who you are in the soul's true path. Okay. Let me just share my screen for a bit so that you can start tapping into that. So with soul realignment, which is what we're going to be going through in the first week, it's actually going to be a good fit for you if you're feeling stuck in repetitive negative patterns, struggling with self identity, you're experiencing constant roadblocks and challenges, and you don't seem to have the cause or the solution for this. Maybe you have difficulty understanding why certain relationships or situations keep on repeating again and again, always causing you so much emotional distress. Maybe you're sensing that so much of your past trauma or unexplained fears are still influencing your present life and you have no idea why. You have lack of clarity about career or life direction, or you're just feeling lost or confused about what path you need to take in life. Maybe you're feeling trapped by limiting beliefs and recurring self-sabotaging behaviors. And maybe you also have a desire to have emotional healing and freedom from the burdens of the past. Soul alignment, which will be the first week of our session with me, is what we're going to be addressing. With quantum flow, which is actually going to be now from the second week to the sixth week, it's going to be perfect for you if you're feeling, if you currently experiencing the below, you have constant mental fog or difficulty in concentrating, you've been struggling with chronic anxiety and stress that actually feels overwhelming and unmanageable, feeling physically and emotionally drained, experiencing chronic pain or physical tension, because for some of us, a lot of the things that we're experiencing in our life, the self-trauma, creates so much tension in your body, and our tension eventually leads to chronic pain actually manifesting in our physical body later on. If you have difficulty controlling emotions, leading to constant mood swings, frustration, anger, and so much more. If you're feeling disconnected from your higher purpose, from your intuition, actually with this one, once we clear out all these things that are actually blocking that clear path connection to your higher self, it's going to be easier for you to tap into your intuition to guide you on what path you need to take in life. If you're struggling with unresolved trauma from your childhood, you're constantly feeling like you're stuck in limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns that actually block your personal growth and so much more, this program will actually be a great fit for you. And the desired outcome is that FYI, you're gonna actually help, or you're gonna actually gain tools and techniques to help you tap out of all of these patterns. So if all of this sounds good and you're like, hell yes, I'm ready to say yes to the new me. I'm ready to make 2025 the year that I actually release all these blockages and all these traumas that have been keeping me stuck. Then I'm going to invite you to book a session with me. First of all, if maybe you might have questions about whether this is a good fit for you, whether this program is a good fit for you or not, I'm going to invite you to book a discovery call with me where we're actually going to determine and really actually gauge what you're currently going through and whether the solutions I offer are a good fit for you or not. So it's a free call, 15 to 30 minutes. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, just get to know you deeper and see if my modalities will be a good fit for you. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now or check out the link in the description box but down below to book this discovery call with me. Again, no pressure. You don't have to say yes to me after the call. It's just to really gauge if this program will be a good fit for you. And if not, I leave with love and blessings and wish you all the best in your life. So I hope I will get to see you on the other side. And honestly, my dream is just to awake as many people as possible and really, really, really start empowering you to create a reality that you actually do deserve and you are worthy of. So if you're ready to say yes to yourself, so again, I invite you to book a call with me and see if this program will be a good fit for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, sharing so much love and blessings. And again, share your thoughts about this entire video in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to my channel because your support means the world to me. And I love to know what more you would love to see on my channel or what topics you would love for me to talk about. So if you do have suggestions, again, reach out to me, Facebook, Instagram. All my contacts are in the description box down below. Sending you so much love and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.